The Four Noble Truths. Are you living like a sleepwalker? The Buddha once said, if we don't truly understand these four noble truths, we will keep repeating the same mistakes, unknowingly creating our own suffering. The Four Noble Truths, they are not philosophy, not dogma, but natural laws of life. Whether you believe in them or not, they are still quietly at work like gravity, like birth, aging, sickness, and death. It sounds simple, but the deeper you go, the more you'll realize a single lifetime may only be enough to fully grasp just one of these truths. The first noble truth: life is full of dukkha. The first step the Buddha pointed out on the path to enlightenment is this truth: life is inherently full of dukkha. The word dukkha is often translated as suffering, but this translation is too narrow and fails to capture its full meaning. Dukkha refers not only to pain or misery, but also includes dissatisfaction, stress, unease, emptiness, and a lack of fulfillment. For example, when we lose something small like a key, we feel annoyed. When something breaks, we get frustrated. When we say the wrong thing, we feel regret. That too is dukkha. At the same time, bigger pains like losing a loved one, failing in our career, or being stuck in a painful marriage are also dukkha. It stretches from the small irritations of daily life to the great tragedies of existence. What the Buddha wanted to emphasize is this: even pleasure, happiness, and delight are part of dukkha. Why? Because all of them are impermanent. They do not last. The moment of sexual pleasure, the joy of a child being born, the excitement of hearing a powerful Dharma talk, all these will eventually pass. And when they do, we face the emptiness, the longing, and the pain of loss. Within the very happiness we hold on to lies the seed of future suffering. That is why the Buddha said, even what we call happiness is merely suffering delayed. Joy is the mask of loss. Success hides the seed of disappointment. When we achieve something, we fear losing it. When we enjoy something, deep down, we're already anxious that it won't last. This may sound pessimistic, but in truth, it is simply an honest look at reality. Anyone who has lived long enough will come to this realization: life always comes with suffering. No one can avoid sickness, aging, or death. No one can hold on to love, youth, or prosperity forever. Everything changes, and it is this very change that makes us feel insecure. The key point here is not to despair, but to see things clearly. Just like a doctor diagnosing a disease, the first step is to identify the symptoms. If we don't know we're sick, how can we heal? If we keep denying it, pretending that life is only full of happiness, we will live in illusion and suffer even more when reality shows us otherwise. The Buddha never taught that life is only suffering or that everything is meaningless. He simply urged us to look deeply into the nature of things and see that any joy based on craving, attachment, and impermanence inevitably carries within it the seed of suffering. Recognizing this truth is the first step to being free from it. In other words, the first noble truth is an invitation to wake up, to stop running away, to stop painting life in rosy colors, and instead to face reality just as it is. Only when we dare to look directly at this truth can we open the door to the second noble truth, the cause of dukkha. The second noble truth, the cause of dukkha, is craving. After pointing out that life is inherently full of dukkha, the Buddha did not stop there. He went further and asked, what is the root cause that keeps humans trapped in dissatisfaction, restlessness, and suffering? His conclusion was clear. The root of dukkha is tanha, or trishna, craving, thirst, or an insatiable longing. What does this mean? Craving is not only about desiring big things, but it appears in the smallest moments of daily life. Whenever we want the present to be different, when we wish things would go our way, when we try to hold on to pleasant experiences and push away unpleasant ones, that is tanha at work. Take a simple example. When we lose something we like, we feel regret and wish we still had it. When we get a low score on an exam, we feel tormented, wishing for a different result. When someone we love leaves us, we suffer, hoping love will return. Whether small or large, they all share a common pattern. We want reality to be different from what it island. And it is precisely this gap between our craving and what is that gives birth to dukkha. What's more subtle is that craving arises not only when we want to escape what we dislike, but also when we try to cling to what we like. When we are happy, we fear that happiness will disappear. When we are in love, we fear losing that love. When we have fame, we worry about keeping it. Even before joy is complete, the seed of anxiety has already sprouted. That too is tanha. The issue isn't whether we desire bad or good things. The Buddha taught that the very act of craving, regardless of its object, is the root of dukkha. Whether one craves wealth or enlightenment, love or revenge, all are equally bound by the same chain, tanha. Craving is especially dangerous because it behaves like an addiction. The more it is satisfied, the stronger it becomes. When we get what we want, the satisfaction is fleeting, soon followed by a new desire. Get one, want two, get two, want 10. This endless cycle is like a thirsty person drinking salt water. The more they drink, the thirstier they become. The Buddha illustrated this with the image of fire. All is burning, burning with greed, hatred, and delusion, burning with the flames of endless craving. Life is like a forest in flames, where each of us is being scorched by the fire of tanha day by day. What's frightening is that craving always comes with a promise. It whispers, "Just get this one thing, and you'll be truly happy." But once we get it, we feel let down. And instead of giving up the craving, we chase a new desire, believing that something else will finally bring lasting happiness. Yet every path led by craving ultimately circles back to dukkha. This second noble truth is the key to deeply understanding the nature of suffering. Suffering does not arise from the world, from circumstances, or from other people. It arises from within, from our own endless thirst. When we truly see this, we begin to shift our focus inward, no longer blaming the outside, but recognizing the fire burning from within. And it is from that recognition, that clear seeing, that the path to the end of suffering begins to open, and that is exactly what the third noble truth reveals. The third noble truth, dukkha, can end. If we stopped at the first and second noble truths, it might be easy to fall into pessimism. Life is inherently full of suffering, and the root of that suffering is craving something that seems endless. So, is there any hope for humanity? The Buddha affirmed, yes. This is the key message of the third noble truth. Dukkha can completely come to an end. This is not some vague belief or wishful thinking, but a direct experience that the Buddha himself realized under the Bodhi tree. After deeply understanding the nature of suffering and its causes, he discovered a state that lies beyond all craving, beyond all dukkha. This state is called Nirvana. What is Nirvana? The word Nirvana means extinction or blowing out. Just like a flame that burns because it has fuel, suffering burns because it is fueled by greed, hatred, and delusion. When the fuel is gone, the flame goes out. Similarly, when craving ends, dukkha disappears. Nirvana is not a place or a destination to arrive at. It is not a reward to be gained after effort. It is the extinguishing of the fire of craving, right here in the mind. Nirvana is not a desire. Some people ask, if the cause of suffering is craving, isn't the desire for nirvana just another form of craving? The Buddha explained, Nirvana is not an object to be desired. Nirvana is the end of all desire. If there is still wanting for nirvana, that is just another mental concept, not true nirvana. It's like when a flame goes out, we don't ask, where did the flame go? It didn't go anywhere, it simply ceased. Nirvana is an ever-present reality. What's remarkable is that nirvana is not something newly created. It has always been there, merely hidden by ignorance and craving. It's like the blue sky that has always been present, but is obscured by clouds. When the clouds clear, we don't create the blue sky, we just finally see what was always there. In the same way, when the mind lets go of greed, hatred, and delusion, it directly experiences nirvana. Nirvana and liberation. In nirvana, there is no longer a self to cling to, no longer the constant swing of wanting and not wanting. The mind reaches a state of complete freedom, complete peace. This isn't a temporary calm like in deep meditation, it's a total and final cessation at the root level. The Buddha called nirvana the deathless realm and the supreme bliss, because when craving ends, the cycle of rebirth also ends. There is no more being caught in the loop of birth, aging, sickness, death. Practical meaning. This may sound distant or abstract, but the Buddha taught that nirvana is not only for saints or monks. Even in ordinary life, in the moment we let go of a fixation, a craving, or an attachment in that very moment, we taste a glimpse of nirvana. Nirvana is not far away. It is present in every moment of true inner freedom. The fourth noble truth, the path to the end of dukkha. After the Buddha pointed out the truth that life is filled with dukkha and that its cause is craving, and then affirmed that dukkha can end, a natural question arises. How can we reach that end? The answer lies in the fourth noble truth, the path that leads to the cessation of dukkha. This path is not vague or abstract. It is clearly laid out and known as the Noble Eightfold Path. Importantly, the Eightfold Path is not a set of rules to obey, but a way of life, a process of cultivation and transformation. It describes how an awakened person lives and also offers a path for those who are still lost to gradually become awakened. The 8 elements of the Noble Eightfold Path. 1. Right view. This is the foundation. Right view means seeing reality, clearly understanding the truths of impermanence, suffering, and non-self. It is seeing that all things are constantly changing, that worldly happiness is unstable, and that there is no fixed self to cling to. With right view, we are no longer deceived by illusions. 2. Right intention. From right view comes right intention, the resolve to renounce sensual craving, cultivate compassion, and avoid harming oneself or others. These intentions guide and shape one's entire life, like a compass pointing toward freedom. 3. Right speech. Speech holds great power. Right speech means speaking truthfully, kindly, constructively, avoiding lies, divisive speech, gossip, and harsh words. Our words become seeds that bring peace and joy to ourselves and others. 4. Right action. Our physical actions should also be pure, not killing, not stealing, and avoiding sexual misconduct. These are not mere commandments, but are essential for a peaceful mind, free from guilt and fear. 5. Right livelihood. Our means of earning a living must be ethical, not causing harm to others or to animals. A right livelihood supports our practice, keeping our life free from inner conflict and remorse. 6. Right effort. This is skillful effort, preventing unwholesome states from arising, abandoning those already present, cultivating wholesome states not yet arisen, and maintaining and developing those that are present. It's a diligent but balanced energy, neither lazy nor extreme. 7. Right mindfulness. Mindfulness is the continuous awareness of what is happening in the present moment. Right mindfulness means being fully aware of what we are doing, thinking, and feeling. When eating, we know we are eating. When walking, we know we are walking. When thinking, we know a thought is present. This brings clarity and stops us from living like sleepwalkers. 8. Right concentration. Concentration is mental stability. Right concentration is the steady, focused mind that doesn't wander. It allows wisdom to arise and helps us see the true nature of reality. The practical structure of the path. The Eightfold Path is traditionally grouped into 3 trainings: morality, sila, concentration, samadhi, and wisdom, panya. Morality includes right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Concentration includes right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Wisdom includes right view and right intention. These 3 aspects support each other. Without morality, concentration is difficult to develop. Without concentration, wisdom cannot arise. Crucially, this path is not reserved only for monastics. Anyone can walk it. In daily life, we can practice right mindfulness while walking, right speech while conversing, right livelihood through our work. The Eightfold Path is not separate from life. It is the way to live this very life with awareness. The 4th noble truth gives us both hope and a method. The Buddha didn't just point out suffering and its causes. He gave us a map to freedom. The Eightfold Path is like a trail in the forest. The more we walk it, the clearer it becomes. It doesn't require blind faith, but steady practice, so that we each can experience transformation within our own minds. As we live in accordance with this path, the fire of craving slowly cools. The mind becomes less restless, wisdom grows clearer, and compassion deepens. And one day, we may directly realize unconditional peace, the very nirvana that the Buddha spoke of.